Welcome everyone to Cheez-It 105 at the Glen. And obviously, upstate New York, Watkins Glen. On the pole for this race is Josh Dude, second in slow motion, third Dumbledore, fourth DGF, fifth Richard Herman. Rest of the starting lineup on the left side of your screen. The 8 who did not qualify for this race are Penguin, What If Racing, Silly Gang, Rusty Fire, The Real Gaming Freak, Ryan Johnston, aka Spitfire, That Racing Kid, aka Ben, and TS Media. Unfortunately, did not make the field. His pace car is taking him off turn 7 on the pit road, and pace car pulls on the pit road, leaving field in the hands of Josh Dude. Let's get that cloth waving. We are racing at Watkins Glen. Josh Dude with the early advantage into turn 1 here. Yes, as we see, heading the inside and the start of the S's basically guarantees you to clear whoever you're racing, as you have the inside in 2 of the turns rather than just 1 when you're on the outside entering the S's. Bus stops, field goes single file throughout the almost a full top 10. It's a slow motion, a Rookie of the Year contender. Too bad he is virtually entirely out of the battle for it. Turn 7, Josh Dude leads lap number 1. I'm not going to say it's the first lap led of his career, because I think he did lead a lap at Rockingham in the second race of the season. You see teammates racing together, Hirohito and Pentalica. Hirohito actually announced a surprise retirement. 1 season back, and he's already wanting to hang the helmet back up again. Unfortunate, but we will miss him. Actually, the same with Jericho. He actually did also announced his sudden retirement too. 2 season 1 drivers hanging it up. His whole slow motion slipped hardcore out of the bus stop there, letting Dumbledore to almost secure second place there. But slow motion still fighting pretty tough on the inside out of the carousel. Starting to get a little bit more racy up in the top half, except for Josh Dude. I do apologize. See Richard Herman in his AT&T Dodge. Irishman in his Weenies Dodge, a brand new look for that Weenies machine. See Jimmy in his Flamin' Exalted Toyota, making his position known in the top 6. An eccentric line cutting across the curbing and grass out of the bus stop. Technically it is legal, so ain't nothing stopping him from doing it other than the possible damage that could come from it. Which in the FSS race yesterday we didn't see that. Well, actually, not yesterday, a bit earlier today. Josh Dude continuing to lead. Quite representative of the FSS race yesterday is... Oh, no! Anderson Reed just turned doo-doo-doo in front of the path of Goki. Both of them hit the wall hard. They are able to keep it going. Let's see, the flagman actually looks like, yes, the yellow is out. Doo-doo getting the advantage over Goki in that. And we'll get you a couple replays here of what exactly transpired in that. See Anderson, Reed, and Do racing in the back. Pretty uncharacteristic of them, but Anderson Reed just hooked Do slightly wrong, and it sent him into the path of Goki. Goki, the 100% victim there. And unfortunate to see the U.S. Army car get pretty badly torn up in this. And Goki not having the best stretch of races. Actually, coming to the last lap, she had a chance to win, actually. But ended up having a bit of bad contact, being stuck between Priya and eventual winner Bacon Rocks, and that just sent them all a bit squirrely and sent Goki up into the wall in the path of Dumbledore. Anyway, rack them back up, single file line, at least 40 cars deep. Actually, it should be exactly 40 cars deep. Pace car leading them. Leading them down. Coming to the line, there will be 21 laps to go, I believe. Yes, correct. 21 laps to go. Catch 21, good old blackjack. Jimmy makes a dive bomb move against DJF there. And of course, road courses, anything can go, really. See Mark Silas trying to attack Irishman there. Wasn't able to actually get a run. To the bus stop they go. Slow Motion wanted to try and move on Dumbledore, but he was unable to do that. I'd say quite similar stories in the top three, especially here. Josh, dude, not that good of a season. I mean, the points. Yeah, Josh Dude in this race is 38th in points. He could easily turn that around, though. As was Slow Motion, actually, as well. Actually, no, correct me. I believe Joshua was actually lower in points before. Not 38th, more like 40th. Regardless, below the top 35 in points. So, yeah, same with Slow Motion, who have been having trouble qualifying for races lately. Dumbledore, bit of a different story. He was able to actually make most of the races this season. In fact, he only missed one. And this run would probably put him in contention for the top 10 in points. Like I said, probably. I don't know. I can't calculate the points on the fly here. But I guess it's more a matter of team pride for Dumbledore. Because he's in second place, and he is right on Josh Jude's bumper. A matter of team pride, I'm saying, because Nick Sant Racing, Dumbledore's team that he drives for, has had a career... a very uncharacteristic season from Nick Sant Racing. Nick Sant Racing has won multiple races in every single Amazon Cup Series season up to this point. They've only won once with Know-Nothing back at Daytona. Now they're on a 12-race winless streak, breaking their previous record of 9. So ending this career-long winless streak, it would be quite the statement, putting Nick Sant Racing back on the map, pretty much. Though it's always been on the map and always will be on the map, the most successful Amazon Cup Series team by far, outclassing Thick Motorsports, All In Motorsports, and Do Racing Corps, and even Eclipse Motorsports. They really can't come close unless they literally combine their stats. Right there back in the top 10, we see Hirohito trying to make a move into the top 10. Would be pretty good to see him get a top 10 after a very uncharacteristic season from him. Season 1 champion, Season 3 runner-up. Just a uncharacteristic season from the Season 1 champion. As you see Dumbledore looking to make a move into the bus stop here. He's going to get side by side with Josh Dude to the inside early advantage. And he's just going to be able to completely... Oh man, Dumbledore. That was a move and a half. You got my applause, good sir. Conclusion of lap 10. Looks like literally everyone way back into the top 25 in the running order are single file. I do apologize for my grogginess. I did not get the appropriate amount of sleep last night. The FSS race I was able to handle pretty well, but now I'm just under a complete crash. Slow motion holding steady in third, which would be pretty good for him in points. But still, even with this strong run, I don't think he'd actually be able to get into the top 35. Or I could be totally wrong and read the points completely wrong. He already is in the top 35. I'm not really sure. Herman running a Herman-style race. Staying where he qualified, pretty much. Actually, he gained a position from where he qualified. Yeah, it's Irishman having a Herman race. Staying where he qualified. We had Irishman and Nick Sant, actually. They were quite confident heading into Watkins Glen, as it's their two of their best. Both of them consider Watkins Glen to be their best track. And right now it seems to be only one of them is actually having a car to show their muscle here, as Nick is running very uncharacteristically for him at Watkins Glen. Looking through the running order here. Okay, I missed him somewhere. Yeah, I missed Nick somewhere. You see BKR steadily gaining into points. Well, he actually still is the points leader. Nick is in 20th. Very uncharacteristic for him at Watkins Glen. But for now, I think he'll be happy to close out this season in the top 10 in points. Be a record of 7 straight top 10 points finishes. See Dale Reynolds slightly ahead of him by about, give or take 6 positions. This would put Dale Reynolds a little bit more in the title fight after losing it at Talladega, pretty much. The points lead, pretty much, not the title itself. It's not over till it's over, pretty much. So, Mark Silas and DJF, couple Season 1 drivers, still flexing their muscle pretty good in the top 10 here. See the top rookie contender, JD639, who's been getting a bit of pressure from Pre McShane for second female to win an Amazon Cup Series race, and I believe would be the first female to win the Rookie of the Year honors. Again, I could be completely wrong, but right now she would have to catch JD639 to be able to even get in the points lead for Rookie of the Year. As we enter into the halfway lap, lap 14, Dumbledore with a 3-car length lead over Josh Dude, who is settled in second. Slow motion still in third. Herman still in fourth. Jimmy still in fifth. Irishman still in sixth. Mark Silas moved up to seventh. Hirohito is maintaining his top 10 points position. Top 10 position in the race. See Big Blue, one of Thick Motorsports' top drivers of this season, flexing his muscle. I wouldn't say how much you could flex by taking 10th position at Watkins Glen, but Big Blue has had a promising Amazon Cup Series career, winning at Phoenix last season and Homestead this season, and the closest ever Ensoco finish, pretty much. As the halfway lap has been completed, Dumbledore still your leader, Josh Jude second, again still. Slow Motion third, still as Slow Motion pretty much trying to boot Josh Jude out of the way. A couple Rookie of the Year contenders right there, but they're way too far back to even make a dent in the points there. And even if it was a dent, it would be a little teeny hammer dent in a sheet of iron. Single file throughout the top 30 now, at least. Sweeping through the carousel. JD now under attack from Hirohito. We'll see what Hirohito is willing to do to move up in the top 10. For the moment, seems to be not much. As here comes Slow Motion trying to make the move for the second position. He's going to have the inside dive into turn 1, though Josh Jude will be able to use more of the track. However, this is going to give the Slow Motion the inside hanging the S's the dominant line. So we should be able to see Slow Motion easily clear Josh Jude. He clears them almost before even getting into the second part of the S's. Shows how strong the inside line is entering the S's. However, that allowed Dumbledore to get away by around 7 car lengths. Maybe even more. Coming to 11 to go. Let's say we give you a nice Ensoco crank 'em. 9 laps to go here. We see Irishman desperately attacking Jimmy to get into the top 5. Mark Silas and DJF have closed up a little bit. JD has gotten to the outside of Hirohito, but that is a poor choice in my honest opinion. And as Hirohito cleared him even before getting to the line where JD would have the advantage. Correction. It was actually Hirohito that forced JD to the outside line, as Irishman appears to have muscled his way past Jimmy to get into the top 5 here. Being followed close behind by Mr. Mark Silas, or Marky Mark as I like to call him too. And from the current looks of it, an early prediction, unless there be a major mechanical issue, I believe this race is actually going to go green to the end. The field appears to be nice and spread out to where any major problem would most likely be a single car incident and probably would not warrant a caution here. Again, I could be wrong, but you see Darrell's under attack by, I believe that is Orioles this time. Actually, nope, I'm actually entirely wrong. That's Adam Mitchell. And the 15 is Big Nader, the winner of the FSS race, actually. Making his muscle known in the top 15 now, from my recollections. Now to turn 7, we see the lucky number 7 laps left. Looks like Nick Sant still maintaining his position in the top 20. Not a good showing, but still sort of solid. For this race, you know, Nick is solidly in the top 10. So, a sub 20th place run would not entirely hurt him. But with BKR and Del Reynolds being ahead of him, and probably Irishman too, he could make a little bit of a statement in that. Nick might be negatively affected in terms of the title fight. We'll just see Herman finally decided to make a move here. Oh, a practical textbook execution, diving to the inside in turn 6. However, gives Josh Dude the inside line of turn 7. Heading to turn 1, Herman with the advantage, and he's actually almost able to completely clear him entering turn 1. However, Josh just threw it in there. But Herman is not letting... Okay, I stand corrected with the inside being the preferred and only lane. I stand corrected on my correction. Josh Duder just to muscle his way past to Herman's quarter panel again. We'll see how he handles racing him. So Herman slightly got a little squirrely there, held Irishman out. That let Josh Dude reclaim 3rd position. Taking them all down a gear, heading into turn 6. Riding the same gear, heading into turn 7. Back up the gears out of 7. Methodical, but you got to be perfect and hit those marks every time. Don't want to risk blowing an engine. As there are 5 laps remaining in this event. Slow Motion and Dumbledore are in a world of their own. Dumbledore has slow motion by about 7 car lengths. Slow motion ahead of Josh Dude by, dare I say, 30 car lengths. I think Slow Motion is actually liking this, though, because he does not have any pressure from behind. He can focus all of his energy on attacking Dumbledore. I guarantee Dumbledore is not liking that at all, though, because he wants the field to be prowling on Slow Motion, so he can be the one that runs away. However, we can't exactly all get what we want. 4 to go. And now within this, it's just all about trying to hit your marks and not make mistakes. See Dale Round struggling to get around Savage Toy Show here. Jimmy either fighting to repass Mark Silas or under attack from Mark Silas. Regardless, they're going to... Jimmy slips up a bit exiting the bus stop. That's going to let Mark get a run to the outside of the carousel, which is not that advantageous. However, he's actually going to be able to completely clear Jimmy. Hush my mouth. As now Josh, Herman, and Irishman are in a world of their own. Back to back to back. With 3 to go, the top 5 have broken away from the rest of the field pretty much. Dumbledore in a world of his own, Slow Motion in a world of his own. 3rd, 4th, and 5th in a world of their own. Irishman slightly lagging back a bit. And then there's the rest of the field, single file pretty much the entire time. Save for a few instances of side-by-side racing as Dale Rounds is trying to do. Oh man, Herman just forced his way and practically held Josh Jude to the bare inside line of the curbing and into the bus stop there. Side by side out of the carousel. We'll see who's going to get the advantage down to turn 6. Most likely will be Josh Jude, considering he's going to have the inside line. However, Herman can use more track. He could force Josh down into the turn, but Irishman is deciding to give Josh a little bit of a draft and push, I guess. That could be described that way. Herman slots back in. Gives a few bumper taps to Josh Dude. As there are 2 laps to go in the Cheez-It 105 at the Glen. And if I'm thinking this right, if any of the top 5 were to win this race, which most likely 3rd, 4th, and 5th are completely out of it, it would continue the trend of no multiple-time winners this season. At least in terms of drivers. Teams have obviously won multiple times this season, but still, 14 races, 14 winners. Same in FSS, actually. 10 races, 10 winners. That is totally unheard of. And if it continues at Atlanta, that will be a true Ensoko record. No multiple-time winners in a season. I guess that would technically qualify as different winners of the world in the season as the white flag's out. One more time to go here at Watkins Glen. Slow Motion has caught up to Dumbledore. We'll see what Slow Motion's able to do entering the S's. He's using a bit more of a, I guess it would be a conservative line. He's paying for it on the entrances to the corners. Down to the bus stop, out of the bus stop into the carousel. Dumbledore routes it easily as he's been the other 26 laps perfectly. Taking it through turn 6. Will slow motion be able to mount an actual challenge into turn 7? He will be unable to. 14 races, 14 different winners. Dumbledore returns to victory lane. Nick Stent Racing returns to victory lane. Dumbledore, your winner, the Cheez-It 105 at the Glen. Finishing results are on your screen now. Nick Stent Racing's winless streak is finally over. Dumbledore's winless streak is over. This is Green Flag Studios. We'll see you next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the finales of both series. Signing off. Have a good one.